We are getting high tech and shit. We just, after 25 episodes, we now both have headphones. Yeah. So we'll know how each of us sound.
Thank you, Majestic Theater.
Yes.
And, I just want to say that. And Chad.
We're doing a YouTube channel.
Yes, I'm learning.
What's it called?
The Tangent Lounge. Super not inventive.
Well, you know,
and the only thing
stay on brand.
The only thing on there is a bad picture of a fez. That's all I have. It was a test video.
We're beginning. So as a teaser for the audience, we did have a listener. I'm afraid I forgot your name because it's been a long time and we were dropping the ball. But hey, hands on balls
so it's
now.
a 50-50 shot.
A listener got a hold of us, and this is one of an outside listener, somebody we don't know who has not been in the recording studio at the Tangent Lounge, who was requesting, and rightfully so, that we show the videos that we've discussed of the theft from my front porch and from the old lady that ran the shit out of my trash cans.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have 37 seconds worth of content to put on YouTube.
And
You're
the
going
fez.
to break the fucking internet.
And the fez.
And the fez.
And I'm going to name every video something weird like Horny Toad emits milk.
That's speaking of milk.
Shit.
So today was a great podcast day for me. So Monday through Thursday at work, I'll generally listen to a lot of Dave Ramsey, which is like conservative Christian, which is so weird for me. But conservative Christian.
You listen to the other side. That's what you do. You listen to both sides, so you're not that, you know.
Well, I'm not that open-minded to where I want to hear somebody that's going to piss me off. But this guy's just a super fucking good dude. I think we've talked about him. He does financial coaching, gets people out of debt, and all kinds. He's a super great guy. Happens to be a conservative Christian. Totally cool. But on Fridays, I go off the reservation and I listen to usually the Canon podcast, which is a movie review podcast. Great.
The Ken?
The Canon.
Oh, Canon. Okay, because when I was growing up in San Diego, there was a movie theater called the Ken.
Really?
And it showed... Sorry, tangent. Get used to it.
Here we are.
It showed like old movies, but it had like a theme. Like it would show The Wild One, motorcycle movie with Marlon Brando.
Yep.
Doubled with Easy Rider.
Okay.
That would be one night. And the next night would be like 2 vampire films. The next night would be like 2 fucking weird...
Was this one of those like 75-cent type movie theaters?
No, it was... Well, I mean, no, but it was technically an art house. But they did special weird shit. They'd have like, you know, Buck Rogers and shit. And just weird. And they had a newspaper that came out every month. And it had the calendar on it. And you knew what was coming. So you made like a big, you know, it was, anyway, back to you. Sorry.
So I think we talked on the last show, we did a 3-pack with number one, Dakota. And actually Anissa, a contender for number 1 as well, is going to be here tonight. She may or may not make it, going through a little time crunch, I think, of her own. So if she can make it, cool. If not, we'll catch her next time. But we're definitely getting her ass in here.
What we should do is just ambush her one time.
Yeah.
Just show up at her house with
zip
gear.
ties and...
Well, let's not get... Come on.
Like usual? No? Anyway.
And you've been married how long?
Yeah, that's how I got her.
I guess the key is zip tie. That's the key.
It's the secret key.
Yeah.
There is no key. So we are... we were talking to Dakota. Oh, why not? We got... we discussed how the Whiteside Theater shows old movies, and they had just shown Jaws. And,
yes, and they're showing Goonies on the 12th.
Yeah. What are your feelings on Goonies?
I love that movie.
You love the Goonies?
I love the Goons.
The Goonies, to me, is the classic example of the nostalgia. I thought this was great, and I watch it now, and it's fucking god-awful.
I still like it. Okay. It's one of those kind of kid, like, let it wash over you. I've noticed as I've gotten older, way older, not that much.
No.
That guy.
You can feel the spike of...
Yeah. There's a fucking shrouded dude with a scythe behind me. What? No,
Put that sickle away.
Yeah. I have become less critical. I used to be very analytical and critical with film. Called it film.
Yes.
Now I'm like, fuck you, Dorrie, you pretentious
House Party
cunt.
is not a film.
Yeah, you pretentious twat. Just get over it.
Exactly.
You want to go see an art house movie, see an art house movie. But don't penalize yourself for wanting to go see a fucking Captain America film.
There you go.
Now,
enjoy whatever there is to enjoy.
Right. And then Bill Maher, though, had an excellent point. He had said that the summertime used to be time and the living is easy. Thank you.
There it is.
He had said that the summertime is used to be relegated to not thinking.
Yeah.
easy beach readers, books that are super easy to read and lots of physical activity. And the movies were kind of light. They weren't like heavy duty.
Mm-hmm. And then Jaws, by the way, the first summer blockbuster.
There you go.
There it is.
And then you got into the fall and actual films would come out.
Right.
Books would change.
Yes.
Because you're back to school, you're back to work, you're back to the grind.
You're wearing a sweater.
And you earned that summer.
Sure.
And his point was that summer now is all fucking year long.
There's no waiting for the Peanuts holiday movies to come out.
No.
There's not.
No.
It's all anytime right on your phone if you want it.
Right,
blah, blah,
and it's
blah.
all the books are and the ones that are really deep and good are relegated to 1.5 inches at the bottom of some random newspaper, and they don't talk about them.
Right.
And the movies that are truly critically acclaimed. Oh, I tapped that. Sorry. Like 1 second worth of...
I think it said it all.
Yeah, I physically tapped this. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And I realized, I'm like, oh my God, you're right. I have become that summertime person year round, which I need to fix that. I don't want to be all pretentious about it, but I need to fix that.
I've heard a lot of discussion lately about, how we're all becoming so soft and we're having this and that and everything else. It's sort of inevitable and hard to fight. I feel like I've been a little fortunate in that I have a job that makes me go through a bunch of sometimes literal shit.
Yeah, you need to do, side note, you need to do a coffee table book.
Yeah.
Of all the pictures you have taken. Dude, you guys, seriously, there's some shit that he has found in like undergrounds of houses and all these other, you could publish that.
It's something else. And
yeah.
But in being forced to confront and endure and go through unpleasant things. I would be, as Dana Gould puts it, so far up my own ass given the opportunity to, today I don't feel like it today. I'm just going to stay home and watch movies. Or, no, I'm not going under that house. That's yucky. Or, if I was given that opportunity at all and took it, I would spin out of control mentally, which is the weirdest thing. It's
not.
There are so many non-intuitive things. So it's like, if there's a poor person and I have money and they don't, and I gave them money, it would make their life better. That would be it. And oddly enough, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
Most of the time, folks that have a problem will have a worse problem and things will spin out of control. It's not like watering a plant that needs water. So much like wanting to treat yourself the way that you feel like you want to be treated. I get up in the early morning every day and feel kind of a little bit miserable every day. But because I do, and I think it's a body chemical thing at that hour, and just the idea that I've got to go deal with this day and deal with being an adult, it's all part of life.
Right.
But if I were to allow myself to cut away from all of that and just say, and what kind of worries me a little bit about the idea of retiring.
There we go.
And the show has begun. Retiring one day and being completely able to choose my own adventure every fucking day. And if my adventure just becomes, today's the day I'm watching Netflix, it would take me about a day and a half to be a miserable fuck.
Okay, so here's the
thing. And oddly enough, when you're working your ass off and you're out there and you're digging through shit and climbing and having a terrible day, all you want to do is be home on the couch with a clean shower and watching a fucking Netflix with a cocktail in your hand.
Exactly.
There's this mental thing where you have to be denied something to allow yourself to be rewarded with something in order to feel it.
Well, and appreciate it, because when I was in Arizona, I was much less of a pussy. Oregon has turned, I love Oregon, you know what I'm saying? But it's turned me into a giant pussy.
I was not going to say anything, but it's kind of hard to look at, really. There's an attraction, but
I douche regularly. Yeah. No, it's just, it has, because something as small as I do not have to pump my own gas anymore.
Right.
Living in Arizona, you do. It doesn't matter if it's 110 degrees. You have to get out of your car.
Right.
Grab a hot metal gas thing. Get a tattoo of your Arco on your hand from doing it. Get your gas. Get the fuck in the car.
Third of the time, it explodes in your face.
Right. And you have to deal with extreme heat, flash floods, creatures that want to eat you. You have to be careful. Oh, there's a snake again. Or there's I've been stung by a scorpion. It's like normal. Hey, right?
Yeah, shake them out of your underwear when you put them on.
You can't leave your shoes down.
Sure.
Because, look, it's a house for a scorpion.
That's common knowledge.
Yeah. So, and plus I was teaching in a high-risk, low-income school. Mm-hmm. And when I was teaching, I never sat down. I didn't have a desk. I think 1 year I had a desk, and it basically became a place to put crap.
Because if you sat down, there'd be a scorpion. Yeah. Or something worse.
Or a scorpion with a tack, and
exactly.
Scorpion with a fucked up sense of humor.
Yeah, those
But
fuckers.
I never, ever, hardly ever sat down. The kids who listen to this will attest to that. Mm-hmm. But now, I have this cushy job, which, I mean, it's a great job. I love the folks I work with.
Right.
Great place, great school, great admin.
How much of your time do you work from home?
Well, so technically it's supposed to be 7.5 hours Monday through Friday each day.
From home.
From home.
Sure.
Now we have I go to cabinet meetings because I'm managerial, so I have to go to a managerial.
Yeah, you are. You're large and in charge.
Yep. Hey, watch it.
Sorry.
I know I've gained weight, but goddamn.
It's only because I'm so close to you.
Eat it, dick. Anyway, so I have to leave. I have meetings once a month in Wilsonville. People who are listening have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. And then we have all staff meetings, yada yada. So I'm actually doing school events, student contact days a few times a year. But
by and large, you're at home.
Absolutely.
Will it be week after week that you're not seeing other people if you don't choose to?
Correct. But I choose to. That's
Sure.
the difference. I will make an effort. See, I like being alone. Most people are like, oh, she must be so lonely. No.
Yeah,
no. If I want to do something, I'll find something to do.
Right.
I'll talk
Or
to
someone.
somebody. Or sit.
Well,
I don't care anymore.
I know.
Gary, I don't care. It's the
You're
weirdest
like
thing.
you and Phil Collins. No more.
No more. Because I don't know why. It's almost like I'm back being 11 or 12 before I got my period.
Yeah.
I think I told you.
Or mine too.
That I got my period on Good Friday
You
at
did
the
not
San
tell me
Diego
that.
Zoo.
And all the lions went, huh?
And I thought it was stigmata. What do I know?
Well, sure.
But yeah.
Was it coming out of your hands as well?
See, that'd be so much easier. Slap a couple of gloves on. Boom. No cramps.
Exactly. No white gloves, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so much for the spring.
Speaking of hand clamps, I've been getting those cramps. Anyway, move on.
You know where you get that from?
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'm not stopping either.
Bleh. So anyway, I could actually feel the joy drain out of me when I got my period.
Wow.
The first half of the day, I was with Holly Hackbarth.
Go Holly.
And her parents took me to the zoo, San Diego Zoo. Great day.
Did they shame you or something? Like, oh dear.
No.
You're
I
a
was
woman now.
All full of piss and vinegar, doing my thing. Yeah, they busted out a fucking orchestra.
Be a woman
Come on.
soon.
Stop it. I think I was 13. But anyway, so I was like, do, getting that kid energy.
Yeah.
And like halfway through the day, I went, oh, I'm so tired.
I feel like I've got iron poor blood.
I feel as though I'm bleeding out of my vagina. I sat down on the bench and went,
Well,
no kidding.
This is it.
And I went into the bathroom, Kasnoigan. There it was. And
it wasn't like hey, I've been looking for this or anything
it was like
that.
oh, well, there it is. I actually felt the joy drain out of my body.
Wow.
And the energy. It is the most tangible feeling I can ever remember.
And now that menopause is on, huh? Is it back?
The pause
Oh, sorry.
is
Didn't mean to
actually
jump on it.
No, the pause is on.
Yeah.
The pause is on.
And the joy is back. You're 12 again.
You're
You're at the zoo.
That's the whole thing
Where's
of
the peacock?
not giving a shit about boys. Mm-hmm. Right around 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I give a fuck.
Exactly. Boys are gross.
Yeah, and I didn't.
And boys thoroughly are fucking gross. That's the thing.
Especially when they turn into men. No
Yeah.
offense, guys. I mean,
Well, yeah.
way to go with those penises. But I just, and I'm not a lesbian. Fucking back off. I just, okay, it boils down to, do I want to go through the awkward dating ritual?
Meh.
Do I want to go through, once I've met somebody, having to pretend I'm not who I am for the
Sure.
first month?
Yeah, holding all those farts will kill you.
Yeah. And then you have to shave everything, right? And I'm like,
That's just fucked up.
God. And then I have to wear makeup and it's so much nicer just to roll out and go, I'm Harry.
It's me.
It's me, I'm Harry.
Yeah.
Don't
right on.
care.
Yeah.
And it's just a very
Quick
relaxing
tangent
thing.
side note. I mean, not to get too into that, but like
There we go.
this whole like getting rid of the hair thing.
Yeah. I'm not talking downstairs.
Adults have their hair. Anyway, moving on.
Well, when you get older, your pubes dissipate.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Which is kind of a bonus round for me.
Sure.
I mean, I used to shave it once in a while, depending upon who I was with.
Right.
They like that kind of thing.
Clean table.
I'd give it. It just looked like a kid for me.
That's
I'm like,
the thing.
What
That's the
is
thing.
going on?
I'm thoroughly not into that. But anyway.
Yeah. Whatever.
Bottle over there.
No, god damn it.
Okay.
Do you have any extra booze? We'll have to save the booze for the second taping.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so the pause is on. I'm getting the hot flash because a couple episodes ago, I had talked about
Destroying my bathroom.
I was going to go
Wrecked,
through.
I believe is the word.
I was going to go through and try to get the Guinness Book of World Records for the person who's fertile the longest.
Oh, well.
So at 67.
I'm afraid, your nationality ain't going to help you any there.
Wow, that was racist.
What was this? Who,
Anyway.
And the person who was 67 was of what descent?
I truly don't remember. To be brutally honest, I don't remember.
Sure.
But wow. Anyway,
probably
now it's on video that we're dicks. This is great. Not audio, we're dicks, and visually, we're dicks. No, but anyway, so that was my, like, okay, I'm going to embrace this. I'm going to embrace buying the little
Squeeze it like a sponge.
Little pink boxes with chicks in motion on them, and I'm just going to do
they're
that
out
whole
there
thing.
Climbing ropes and
fucking
riding bicycles in white pants after Labor Day because they're
swimming and whatever.
Yeah. Living life.
And then what happens
like
after that broadcast?
And then...
Nice. I literally started busting out hot flashes.
Yeah.
I'm having one right now. I've had one off and on for the last hour and a half. It's been great.
Well, describe for the listener the specificity of the locations of these hot flashes. It's not like, oh, I'm all hot all over. Like if it's there you go. It's this video.
No
people.
one wants to see a 53-year-old tit.
Well, titties are titties. So,
come on.
I believe it was Ron White who said, "Well, when it comes to breasts, if you've seen one pair, you pretty much want to see the rest."
Now with penises.
No. I don't get the dick pic thing.
No. Anyway, you kind of women. It's different. Every woman's different. My mom.
No, they're all the same.
My mom.
I've checked.
God damn it. My mom didn't have this stuff. She just got super angry all the time.
Oh, good.
And that's
at least there was an excuse.
Yeah, I think I mentioned in a show prior that my dad had to pull me aside at 10 and say, "Okay,
this is why your mom's horrible.
This is why your mom is yelling at you because she's going through the change."
Right.
And I went,
"I'll be in the shed."
Oh. I'll be using a buzzsaw for no reason.
Yeah.
So, whatever. She went through hers. She didn't have the hot flash thing. She just had the abdominal weight gain like I do. Oh, yeah. And she had super anger. My sister, no hot flashes, no nothing. It just
Suddenly
stopped.
she could do calculus like a motherfucker.
It just stopped one day. Huh. I'm like, you twat. So now mine is like, but I haven't had the bleeding onset in a long time. You're so excited right now to hear me talking about this because you're probably either doing homework, drinking with your friends,
or driving in a car,
or eating dinner.
Oh,
I hope it's dinner.
Marinara.
I hope it's marinara. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, so I've started now, and I'm literally like right now. You say clam sauce?
No. That would be in poor taste.
We have that on video, bitch. No, I
a pop guard.
Literally underneath my hair right now, it looks like I've run 5 miles.
Well,
I swear to God,
it's like free exercise. Most people have to actually exercise. You just get to sit here and get the benefit of it
and melt.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right.
Well, so I don't want to like usurp your thing. Do you have like things going on? Because I've got I have stories.
Oh, well, bring on the story. I have some stories too, and I will probably forget them. So let's get to the ones I can remember.
Well, yeah, you do yours.
So last week, boss was gone.
First of all, hold that thought.
Okay, we need more alcohol.
Do you see this is empty?
We are going to hit a quick pause.
Please send us alcohol.
There's a shit ton of alcohol, but it's slightly out of reach. So
maybe you can send it at the tangent lounge at gmail.com.
We're pausing for alcohol.
Sorry. You are listening to The Tangent Lounge featuring Electric Gary and Dorrie Just Dorrie. You can find us on Podbean, Podcast Addict, iTunes, Facebook, Twitter, thetangentlounge.com, and thetangentlounge at gmail.com. Okay.
And we're back. Okay, we're freshly alcoholed, so...
sweat towel.
Yeah, sweat towel.
I need a sweat towel.
Anyway, I forget what we were talking about, but, so, Leia.
Go to yours.
Okay, last week, the boss was gone.
Last week,
Yeah, we're in the first drink here, which is really scary. Only gonna get better. Boss was gone, I had to run the shop, and I fucking hate that. The people that have these aspirations toward being in charge and all that bullshit, go right ahead, because...
I like it.
Okay, good. Somebody has to.
Okay.
Because it ain't me.
Okay.
There was a lot of boring shop shit that I'm not going to talk about because this isn't the boring podcast, or as boring as it could be. But
it might be, and we might be delusional.
Very closely, yes.
Yeah.
That's why we have so many listeners. I get a call from some dude. He's like, "Oh yeah, my name's Chris Singer. I need you to come out and look at this thing, and I've got like no light and whatever." It's like, okay, cool. And are we billing this to you, or are you renting? Or yeah, it's my dad's place. Yeah, just go ahead and send it to Mark Singer. I'm like, Mark Singer, the actor? He goes, yeah.
What?
And I'm like, the fucking Beastmaster?
Wait, what?
He gives me an address in Napa. I'm thinking, no fucking way.
Wait, how do you go to do something in Napa from Corvallis?
Napa, Mark Singer owns a house in Corvallis for his kid who's going to OSU. Oh. So all night I'm thinking,
have such a crush on Mark Singer.
Oh, how could you not? And
go, keep going.
Well, the The fact that it turns out to be nothing, you can start it.
Son of a bitch.
I'm like Googling and I'm looking and it's like Mark Singer has a daughter and she sounds Asian because he had an Asian wife who apparently passed away, which is very sad. Poor one out for Mark Singer's old lady. And I'm thinking, well, you never know. And I show up and the dude's kind of tall and blonde and kind of good looking. It was a 20-something. And I'm like, maybe this is the dude. I'm like, so is your dad really the Beastmaster or did I make that up? And he's like, oh, you made that up. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. And I ended up talking to his dad on the phone, which would have been kick-ass to be talking to the fucking Beastmaster. So.
Okay, well, my friend Kim.
Story that comes to nothing.
Stanfill was in one of the Beastmaster movies.
Mm.
Yeah.
One of. So not the Beastmaster.
There are several Beastmaster films.
I think there was 2.
Well, there was 2. Well, she was in one of them because we had a viewing party at her house.
Really?
She had a small part in a Beastmaster.
Was she one of the witches?
No, she was
where the baby was like in the belly of the cow and they take the knife and cut out the baby. And they had the ring with the eye in it.
Why do you remember that? Oh, I don't know. No, she was on a cart. She was a peasant woman. Oh. I'd have to Google it because I think it was Beastmaster, like the second one or perhaps even the third one. But it was a Beastmaster movie. And we all went to her apartment and watched it together.
So fun!
It was fun. I told you, I live vicariously through all my like semi-famous friends.
Right on.
I have like so many friends who work in Hollywood.
Why aren't they on the show? Come on now. We can Skype them in.
They don't really like me.
Oh, friends.
Yeah, friends
Gotcha.
No, because they have real fucking jobs. Oh. Okay, they're like fucking. One of them's a location scout. One of them's a cinematographer. They're not going to take 5 seconds and go, I'm going to be in your fucking piddly.
Yeah, that's true. Unless you had some dirt on them. Wasn't there something like some embarrassing shit you could bring up? They'd be like,
no, these are good.
Everybody
folks.
was so well behaved in the 80s.
I wouldn't go that far. We were just careful.
Yeah.
You had to be careful. Anyway, your next story.
Latex barrier. Okay, so here's a little bit longer-winded one, and we're a little late in the show, but why not?
Yeah, do it.
So all of the listeners that are previous listeners know the ghost story. And
the one at McMinimans?
Yes.
Okay.
Quick recap for all the new listeners.
That guy.
Legion that you are.
Legion.
So there's a cool old Masonic lodge in Forest Grove, Oregon, that was at one point also associated with an orphanage. So you had the oldies and the youngies all in the same space, which lasted about 3 years, and then they wanted to kill each other, and that was that. This was all in the early days. So we in the Northwest are blessed to have the organization of McMinimans, which is a hard word to say when you're a little hammered, and they make people a lot hammered a lot of the time because they are a pub. Oh, that'd be awesome. They're a pub type place, but beyond selling food and drink, which they do in plenitude, they also restore cool old buildings and bring in artists to paint every little nook and cranny with all kinds of cool shit and restore the building to immaculate, turn it into a hotel, and then people come and stay there, and it's like grown-up Disneyland. Usually they have like a place to go and you can like soak in the pool.
Oh, yeah, the Grand Lodge is amazing.
Oh, yeah, tons of live music and lots of great stuff. So every year we have the microcar show at the McMinimans Grand Lodge in Forest Grove. Again, for the new listeners, Mrs. E and I have a 71 Honda N600, a teeny tiny cute little car that we restored.
It's teeny.
It'll fit in your pocket. And we go meet up with a bunch of other people that have cute little teeny tiny cars, and we go for a drive around the wine country, and we have a fabulous time. One of my favorite times of the year. So 3 odd weeks ago, whenever Father's Day was, it's every Father's Day. Sure, we can remember that, but not the last time we recorded. We went for the car show.
Okay.
So teeny cars don't have a lot of power, and this one's air cooled, so not liking the hot weather too much, and not liking having a lot of weight in it for 2 people and all their shit. So Friday night after work, I take off in teeny car, drive up to McMinimans, which is an hour and a half, 2 hours from here. And then Mrs. E shows up Saturday morning. Well, 3 years ago at the same show, hotter than 2 dogs fucking, we get there and it is unpleasantly warm.
Sorry, hang on.
Picture it.
Yeah,
okay. You got to get the right breed.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
We got each of these rooms has a bit of a theme. They're not like, the Viking room or anything like that, but this is the Leroy Vinegar room, and there's a painting of the guy, the old blues man who used to live in the home when it was a Masonic retirement
groovy.
home.
Okay.
Yeah. And some poetry about Leroy and everything like that. So we're in the Leroy Vinegar room in the basement, hotter than dog shit, middle of the night. Mrs. E wakes up. All we've got is a box fan. We're just sweating our asses off, sleeping as naked as we can be for the cooling effect.
You can only get so naked.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Without a potato peeler. And she wakes up from the heat, looks down at the foot of the bed and sees a little girl standing there. And is immediately saying, I'm naked and there's a little girl standing here. And then her brain goes, why is there a little girl in our room? By the time she makes that association, little glowing girl, because it's completely pitch black in the room, and she can see her. Little glowing girl goes floating toward the head of the bed on my side, and no little girl anymore. Crazy, freaky shit.
This is something I've always wanted to have happen to me, but I'm afraid if it did, I'd shit.
Well, yeah, rightfully so.
I mean, literally, and that would be it.
I'm becoming more of a believer in certain people have the ability to see certain things, a frequency of light or something like that. It kind of makes some sense. And she's had experiences years and years ago in the haunted old town that she grew up in, so it all makes sense. I didn't see shit. I wasn't there, and I've never...
Well, you were there. You were awake.
Yeah. And I've always wanted to believe stuff like that, but I was never like, here's proof or anything. And obviously with the internet and all this other shit, things are becoming harder and harder to believe in.
Right.
So we go to breakfast that morning, and we walk into the restaurant, and the waitress comes over with 3 glasses of water, and she goes, "Where's the other person?" Well, there's just 2 of us. I'm like, no, I thought I saw you come in with 3 people. And we're going, no, but now that you mention it, and the gal's like, oh, fuck, I want to hear about it. She's really freaked out about ghosts. Well, we have breakfast, and she comes in. We're just kind of having our morning, and she comes in with the ghost book that they keep at the front desk.
I love it.
Where everybody writes all their little stories about things that have happened. And it's thick. There's a lot of shit in there. So I'm reading the paper on my side of the table. She's reading the ghost book on her side of the table. And it's all stuff like, I felt a presence. I smelled something. I thought I heard something. Everything else. Second to the last page, I woke up in the middle of the night, and there was a little girl in my room. Room 11, same room we were in.
Right?
The Leroy Vinegar room.
Come on.
And there it is. Proof positive. Done.
So where's Leroy Vinegar during all this?
Yeah, exactly. And what the fuck did Leroy Vinegar do to this girl?
Oh, see, that's where
we don't want to think about it. So at any rate, we go back. We like, oh, this is so cool. So we come back. I think we went back on Halloween and stayed in that.
Did you?
Or no, that was what it was. We intended to go back on Halloween and stay in that room. That room was booked. So we made it another weekend, and we went back and we stayed in that room again. Saw nothing. But she had a dream. Now, this is the cool thing, is where she's able to tell the difference between a dream and the first experience being real.
Right.
She has a dream that the little girl is there, and she talks to her and says that her name is Melissa. So she's kind of looking around, and we walk around the building. There's all these old pictures of like old-timey days, and there are some of the little kids when they were there. Don't ever see her. It's nothing's like super on the nose. Right. Here she is or anything like that.
Which would have been fucking awesome.
Oh, it would have been, exactly. And that seems how that's not the way things tend to work.
Apparently.
But at any rate, we go about our time, and we've gone there another time, and I think we stayed in that room. Nothing happened. And then this time I requested, it's the car show again, 3rd year in a row. I request room 11 because that's the one we always get, and they say, no, it's not available. I go, okay, fine, give me whatever you got.
Bummer.
I show up there Friday night, get the keys. You're getting room 11 again. Well, cool. Now, who knows? It might have been just like you asked for it, we'll put you in if we can. And
Right. Somebody cancel.
But it seemed all cosmic at the moment. You're like, ooh.
Right.
Mrs. E shows up Saturday morning. We go for the long drive and everything, and I have a little problem with the brakes, and the car's a problem. Saturday night, we're like, oh, maybe she'll come to breakfast with us in the morning like last time. So we have our night. Nothing happens. We wake up the next morning. We go to breakfast, and Mark, the guy who puts on the show, is a super great guy. We've actually become friends.
The car show?
Yes.
Okay.
And he comes by, sees us at the table, and is like, oh, what happened? Because he knows the story. And he's like, did you guys see anything? And no, we didn't. So we have our breakfast, and everything's great, and really nice place, fun place to eat, and everything like that. We get home, and later that day, I'm cleaning out everything. I look through. Yeah, here's a little something we can maybe put on the website. I pull out the receipt from breakfast. Check out the name of the server.
Where is it?
Right there in the middle.
Oh, fuck you.
Exactly.
Okay, can I go put that up there?
Sure.
Okay.
Or you can post it. Just post it to the website later.
It's Melissa.
The name of the server we had at
Melissa.
breakfast, who actually came to breakfast with us, Melissa.
Okay, so
proof right there in paper. I mean, not that that proves anything necessarily,
right.
but how many women are named Melissa these days?
I know.
What are the odds? And
I mean, it's fun to think that these are cosmic.
Right.
When in actuality, it's just literally the most intense coincidence ever.
Exactly.
Because half of my brain goes, yeah, and the other half goes, fuck.
Exactly. Come on now.
I want to be able to commit to one half of my brain.
Mm-hmm.
and make it the whole. Because half of it is all boogie-doo, you know, and want to really believe in those things. And then, of course, I listen to Ricky Gervais, and then the logic comes back.
Right, yeah.
You know, and I'm like...
Which is why there's no God. And on that note, that's the Tangent Lounge. I'm Gary.
Dorrie just Dorrie.
And you have been loud.
Oh, shit, bye.